Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about my crafty thrift that is called MECCA, right there in the title. So let's go in and check it out. My town is full of very crafty people here, and by crafty I mean different arts, painting and sculpting and all kinds of things. But this store is made for the products that people have used once or twice and they decide that they don't need it anymore, that they don't have a use for it, so they donate it to this place. And this side is actually the shop, and it has prices, and I mean it's priced and everything. It's very organized. These ladies here in the back, they actually, some are workers and some volunteer their time to put things in the correct spot and prices and stuff. And I'm going to show you a little bit around, so let's get started. I'm going to start right here in the teacher section, and this is anything that a teacher would need: beads and crayons and little knickknacks here and there, cards, crayons, markers, all that kind of stuff. Now I really like this store because teachers pay what they want. They're very supportive of teachers, and I really like that, because sometimes teachers just need, look at all those crayons, they just need a couple things or a whole bunch. A teacher came in when I was there and she got all of the streamers to make piñatas for her class. So that's that side. Across the way is the office supplies, and right here starting is all the papers for printers. And I loved it because I found sticker paper here. They have transparencies, sticker paper, photo paper, every kind of paper period that you would need for office supplies, label folders and all kinds of stuff. Then on this side is butcher paper, craft paper, and actually they have vinyl there, corks on top, and all these photo frames and stuff. And like I said before, all this stuff is actually priced, so you get a pretty good deal for a bulk of items. And then all the tubing on the top for posters and stuff like that. Now this side is folders and pens and pencils, and yes, they do go through every pencil, every pen, and make sure that it writes correctly and it's not dried up. Coin envelopes that I could do for crafting, and tag flips, 20 of them for $1. I really liked it. And then this side is baskets and floral. This is where I usually get a ton of little flowers. This bow maker has been here for a while and I've been eyeing it, but I don't know how to make bows. I'd have to look into that. Cards that, that are empty, and they're actually really good, and they have a whole section for envelopes as well. Photo frames, photo corners. I really like this because sometimes I just don't feel like paying a full price at a big craft chain store, so I'll go here and I'll find it, and I love it. All these paints, oil paints and acrylic paints, paint brushes. I really like that they test their markers and paints. Like I said, there's Tombow pens for when I'm ready to start doing calligraphy or typography. I can come there and try it out before I invest in a bigger pen or a more expensive one. Like I said, all these are checked to make sure that they are working properly and that it's not dry. So I like that. Embossing glitters, and I love it. I have so much fun in the store. I can be in here for hours just checking out everything. And because they have donations every single day, there is new stuff every single day. As you can, like I said earlier, there's volunteers who are constantly, and workers who are constantly figuring things out and putting things away. I love these two shelves right here because they are always up to date with whatever holiday or anything that's coming up, and that's where I get majority of my little knickknacks and stuff. This side is the jewelry, and anybody who's into jewelry making or anything that has to do with beads and buttons and stuff like that, this is the section. And I've seen a lot of people use this in art where they pull apart different necklaces, anything that has to do with jewelry making. And they have little knickknacks as well, like ties, buttons, watches, pins, brooches. At the very bottom, I was very amazed when I looked into this box because it's actually a button maker. and these 2 boxes are full of everything, and I asked if it was complete, and they said yes. They actually made sure that everything was complete before they put it out there. Another section of beads and all jewelry making. I really like this corner because I can use it in all my shaker stuff, and there's seed beads and all types of jewelry making stuff, and great for the kids. I mean, if they like beads, I know my daughter was into bead making for a while. And I like that you can get it with the boxes and stuff. So, and like I said, some of this stuff is used, like that box wasn't full of all the beads, but then there's this stuff where it's new. All the clasps and everything for jewelry. I do use some of that, and I actually like going through this for making tassels. So then they have a glass side where there's all different types of glass to make, and candle making, and soap. There's also a soap making stuff at the very bottom with waxes and oils and the wicks and stuff like that. There's a side. This side has all kind of natural stuff, which is like seashells and different kinds of dirts and rocks and stuff like that for different kind of arts, feathers and stuff like that. Then this side is all the knitting, which is like embroidery, crochet, knitting, sewing. No, sewing is actually on a different side, and I didn't go through that side this day. But here's our little embroidery hoops, and I like using these for mini hoop mail. And they have little knickknacks too, like this one helps you make little flowers, and it's new. So it's just a hit and miss with what you get. Another side with all the yarn, sewing machines at the very top, and of course these right here on our side is knitting needles and any kind of tools that you need for that. I love that they have also sectioned off things. And on Saturdays, we happen to be here on a Saturday, they have a crafty class for kids, so I get to drop off the kids right there while I'm looking around, and Daisy was actually in there making stuff, painting away, and they get to use the whole store is at their disposal to grab things that they needed. And this side is my favorite side. It happens to be the paper crafting side, with these baskets right here are all labeled with chipboard, embossing, stamps, inks, cards, just different kinds of tools. And again, it's changing all the time. I found Martha Stewart punches in here to AliExpress dies. Really, I love it. I come here, like I said before, going into a big craft chain store, and papers are separated by colors, by themes. They actually have Cricut vinyl right there at the bottoms. You just have to watch out if it's iron-on or it's the press-on. And they have machines, which I like, because I know a lot of people come in and I've seen silhouettes in here. I've seen 2 Cricuts, which is really fun. But yeah, chipboard pieces from game boards to make photo albums. But yeah, that's the store side. This side is the warehouse, where everything on the warehouse side is pay what you want, and it's mostly the recycled side. So people who donate vitamin bottles, CD cases, lids, and you want to do crafts with them, this is the side. There's wood pieces, there's fluff for like stuffing for pillows, and different kinds of boxes to be altered, and there's ceramic pieces on one side. There's old postcards and photos, like vintage photos, and anything that has to do with recycling. There's somebody who is here every day and who is constantly separating things, and I really like it because this is the pay what you want side. Vintage postcards right there, and there's actually stickers in there. There's old vinyl records. I mean, I do paper crafting, but this is a crafter's heaven when it comes to people who do welding stuff and wood works and ceramic, and they even have molds to do ceramic moldings and stuff. And I was already shopping and I left my basket, and look at Tim Holtz stickers for $1 complete. I loved it. I like going to here because there's also paint swatches of all colors, and I like using that on my die cuts. There is tissues and ribbons and packing stuff, like for mail there's envelopes and folders, and I've seen planner stuff. There's some bubble wrap and just so many things, and I really like this, and I hope you guys enjoyed my tour. Thanks guys, bye.